What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 122, and we're just going to recap on some of the news that happened over the last couple of weeks. And, well, Wolverine has wrapped filming. This happened just a little bit under 2 weeks ago, and Hugh Jackman actually posted an Instagram photo where he has done his job. Thank you, New Mexico. Photo credit, Ben Rothstein. And this is, of course, to symbolize the wrapping up of the filming of the third installment in the Wolverine spin-off films from the X-Men franchise from 20th Century Fox. And it would also mark the very, very last outing as Wolverine for Hugh Jackman. This is the very last time he's going to be playing Wolverine. He's putting down the claws, and it's actually quite sad. Wolverine not being played by Hugh Jackman is like Tony Stark not being played by Robert Downey Jr. He is Logan. He plays the role so well. And, well, with regards to Wolverine, which I think they're calling just Wolverine because the last one was called The Wolverine. It's directed by James Mangold, but not much is known about the story, actually. The only thing I do know is that it could possibly involve the Reavers as the villains, and it could also introduce X-23. And I think this is the greatest opportunity to introduce X-23. And, well, the last X-Men film, X-Men Apocalypse, did kind of hint that we could possibly see X-23. And considering that Hugh Jackman is retiring the role, that means X-23 could take the role. I mean, take his spot, be his replacement. So I hope that happens. And, well, with the female hero movement that's going on in Hollywood these days, I wouldn't be surprised if X-23 is in Wolverine. So that's something very, very exciting. Wolverine comes out on March 7th, 2017. March 7th? Is it March 7th? March 7th or March 3rd? The first week of March 2017, alright? So, moving on, let us talk about Avengers Infinity War. And Avengers Infinity War, which was formerly known as Avengers Infinity War Part 1, is now called Avengers Infinity War. And something very, very exciting about Avengers Infinity War is that the Avengers will join forces with Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, isn't that crazy? We have two factions joining forces, two factions that never even met each other, and they will be seeing each other for the very first time in Avengers Infinity War. Now, if you've read the comics, there really wasn't a time where the Avengers as a whole joined forces with Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, some of the members did join forces, or met each other. I mean, there was Hulk, and then there was even Iron Man and other members of the Avengers, but not them as a team, as far as I can remember. But what really binds them together, what is the glue that brings them together, at least in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the films, is the Infinity Gems, or if you want to call them the Infinity Stones, and also Thanos. Thanos is the common enemy. Thanos is the glue that will bring the two of them together, thus being called Avengers Infinity War. Now, how do I know this? Well, it is because, and I'm sure you guys already read this, and that is Vin Diesel was doing a Facebook live stream, and he actually mentioned and revealed that the Guardians of the Galaxy will be in Avengers Infinity War. So that is something very, very exciting. I imagine this is going to be a huge film. Like, not just a huge film, but a long film. There's a lot of characters in this film. The Russo brothers already mentioned that Infinity War is going to have a lot of characters. Characters that we haven't even seen in the previous films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're going to introduce a lot of characters in this film. So, man, I hope that they are able to bring us the same quality level of storytelling in Winter Soldier and Civil War. Because the Russo brothers have proved that they can handle a very, very large cast. The cast is just about to get bigger. So, Avengers Infinity Wars comes out on May 4th, 2018. Just 1 year after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Finally, the last thing we're going to talk about is some casting news for SpiderMan Homecoming. SpiderMan Homecoming is still filming right now from director Jon Watts. And we will be seeing a very, very familiar face from Iron Man showing up in SpiderMan Homecoming. And, well, we already know that Tony Stark is going to be in it, played by Robert Downey Jr. He plays a bit of like a mentor to Spider-Man, or rather Peter Parker. But there's one more character from the Iron Man franchise that is going to be showing up in Spider-Man Homecoming, and that is Happy Hogan. You guys know Happy Hogan. He's played by Jon Favreau, who acts as Tony Stark's assistant, bodyguard, limousine driver. He's going to be playing Happy Hogan once again in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now that is very exciting. That gets me excited. The reason why is because it's starting to feel like the Tony Stark presence in Spider-Man Homecoming is bigger than we know. Right now, we just think that Tony Stark is going to show up, give him some tips, give him some pointers, act as a little bit of a mentor, but how much of Iron Man are we actually going to see? Now, with the addition of Happy Hogan, I mean, I can't confirm that we're going to see more Iron Man, but it's beginning to appear more like an Iron Man and Spider-Man film. Just like how Thor Ragnarok has Hulk in it, there's a lot of Hulk scenes in there. There's going to be a lot of Hulk scenes in there because they're involving the Planet Hulk story, but we're going to see Tony Stark in there. And, you know, Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man is not that tough for him. He just shows up and they put him in, they put a whole bunch of, like, they put him in a mocap suit and a bunch of balls, and they also do that, what is that called? They do some filming where he just talks while he's in the suit, but he doesn't actually put the suit on to do actual stunts. He just talks to Jarvis, or Friday rather. So it won't be that physically demanding. And plus, on top of that, it's a Spider-Man film. It's Spider-Man Homecoming. He doesn't have to do a whole lot in this movie. But his presence is still going to be very, very well received. Because the last time Iron Man showed up in a film, besides Civil War, was Iron Man 3 in his own third film. And that made $1 billion plus. And then you have Captain America Civil War. Iron Man is in it once again. Once again, another $1 billion film. The Avengers films all made $1 billion plus. I believe that with Tony Stark showing up in Spider-Man Homecoming, they're going to really push the marketing for this film to make it look like that we're going to see Iron Man and a lot of Iron Man and a lot of Iron Man and Spider-Man buddy scenes. So I'm just thinking that this is a film that is really going to make a lot of money, and it's going to make $1 billion. And another reason why I think that is because if this is going to be the best Spider-Man story ever, then it's going to play on the same playing field as the first two Spider-Man films from Sam Raimi, which made a lot of money. Okay, so I think it's going to happen. I think this is going to be a hit. Like a huge box office hit. I think Spider-Man Homecoming is definitely going to make $1 billion, and that's with the help of Robert Downey Jr. being in it. The marketing it as an Iron Man film, and also if Jon Watts really makes a good Spider-Man film, it's going to really bring back the good old days of Spider-Man films. I'm talking about Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 from Sam Raimi, which was quality comic book storytelling on film. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. What do you guys think about the casting of Happy Hogan? I'm really excited about that. I really like Happy Hogan. I like him as a character, and I also like Jon Favreau. I'm excited about the Guardians of the Galaxy joining forces with the I keep on saying Justice League, with the Avengers in Infinity War. I mean, seriously, did anyone think that they were not going to meet at some point in time? It's either going to be Avengers Infinity War or the next one after that. And as for Wolverine, putting down his claws. That's something I'm pretty sad about, but I'm really excited to see the next Wolverine film and how they're going to wrap it up. So that's all I got to say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this update and you want to see more, hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. $1 million with their production budget. That is a very small number, and what they were able to present to us was something that is pretty extraordinary.